self-evident fact is that the universe is in us.
Hey guys, DiehlGames here, back in the Sandstone test map to do a tutorial on the mob farm that I use in almost all of my worlds. And the first thing you're going to want to do is build a straight pillar up to a Y of 200. And the way you check that is by pressing F3, and you can see my Y coordinate is 200. And the reason I do that instead of just building it on the ground is because I don't have to worry about mobs spawning around the box and reducing the rates inside. If you build it on the ground, you have to light up a lot of caves and a lot of area to actually get decent rates. So that's why I just go ahead and build it up here at Y200. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to build an 8x8 square, just like this. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Obviously I'm in creative and you're going to be in survival, so it's going to be a bit harder for you to do, but you should still be able to make one of these designs fairly quickly. And that's one of the reasons I like to make it. Next, I would recommend that you put fences all the way around here so you don't have to worry about death while you are killing your mobs. And this is also nice because if a creeper happens to explode, then you don't have to worry about getting launched off, which is always nice. You're going to have a fence gate right here. I'm not going to do that. And then ladders going down, and you may even want to have a landing pad down there with water so that if you jump off of here and you can't catch your ladders in time, you can land on your landing pad. And it also just makes the journey down a lot quicker. Okay, then what you want to do is make a 2x2 square in the middle, just like this. And then on top of that, you're going to start pillaring up. And you want to go 23 blocks above where this is now. So I'm going to go to Y of 224. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to mark all the blocks around this pillar. There we go. And I'm going to get rid of this now. You would probably save it until the last part of the build, but because I'm in creative, it's just easier to do it now. Alright, so these are going to form your canals, and you're going to bring these back 7 more blocks to make them 8 blocks long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the water canals that your mobs will fall into and then get pushed down, where they take fall damage so that you can kill them in one hit. There we go. One more to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now you have 4 2x8 strips. Then what you want to do is go ahead and make walls 2 high around your canals. I'm going to go into fly mode. You won't have that luxury, but I do, so I'm going to use it. If you guys at any time feel like I'm going too fast, what I recommend you do is pause the video, work up to the point that I'm at, and then continue from there. And you can do that several times throughout the build process if you feel like it's necessary. Though this is a fairly simple design, so I don't think you'll have too much problem or too many problems following the tutorial. Okay, so you're just going to continue building all the way around your canals. Another thing to mention that I like about this design is that it's fully stackable, so you can have multiple layers to increase your rates. And you can also have multiple sets of boxes side by side, so you can have very effective mob systems using this design. Okay, the next step is to fill in the blocks that line up with the edges of your canals. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill in this area. You do not need to fill in this outer layer. You just want an 8x8 platform inside here. There we go. Alright. And you want walls going around here, just like this. Okay, let's go ahead and fill in some more of this. There we go. We're going to do that for all 4 of our pads, obviously. And we're going to continue this around. Alright. Since I'm building pretty fast, I don't think there's any need to cut. You can just follow along at this point. Though if you feel like you know what you're doing, go ahead and pause the video or skip ahead a little bit after you've finished up your work in this section, and you can see the next part. I'm just going to leave all this in here in case you're interested. Alright, we'll fill this last square. And there we go. Okay, we'll bring this around. And then what we need to do is add a second layer to the wall we just built, because it needs to be too high. Alright, I'm going to do that just by holding my auto clicker and running around. Man, do I love auto clickers. A lot of people have been asking me about the auto clicker, and if you don't have a capable mouse, you cannot get an auto clicker unless you download one, and I'm not sure how well it would actually work. Though if you want more information about my mouse, I use the Logitech G500, and then I use Logitech's gaming software to create my auto clicker. Okay, so I went ahead and overlaid that second layer. Now you're going to fill in the entire roof, and I'm going to do that the simplest way possible. Alright, obviously you're going to be going between your platforms and filling this in. Fairly simple process from here on out. Okay, after this we're going to go ahead and fill in the canals. You can do that before this if you feel like it. A lot of this can be done in any order that you choose, whichever you feel works the best for you and gets the job done in the shortest amount of time. Alright, so now I'm just going to go along and fix any errors. World Edit probably would have been nice for this, but then you guys wouldn't have gotten the full effect. So I'm just doing it by hand, even if it is creative. Patch all these holes. There we go. That should be good to go. And if you only want to build one layer, then what you're going to do is leave 2 spaces from this edge. 1, 2. Place a torch. Okay. I believe you'll actually need to do this anyway, so get our torches. And we leave 2 more diagonal spaces. Alright, and that provides enough light to prevent spawning up here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get back into our spawn box and get some water. I'm sorry if you can't see, I'll light it up real quick. I will of course have to remove the torches if we want to actually get mobs to spawn in here. Now if you're doing this in survival, I want to show you a technique that you can use which can be fairly useful. Let's see here. Alright, so let's say you're in survival and you happen to have 2 buckets of water. What you want to do is go ahead and place 2 blocks like this. And you create water sources every time, and then refill your buckets. Then fill this back in, so that you don't have to worry about having a ton of buckets of water with you at all times. You can just create infinite sources every time you fill in one of your canals. And you're just going to place 2 source blocks at the back of each of your canals, and that will send the water all the way into the center to push your mobs down. We can now get rid of our torches. Okay. Now I'll show you the process for adding a second layer, which is very simple. And we know that the right side of our canal is right here. So all we do is we build the walls like this. Alright, so there's the edge of this canal. Let me just show you how these walls correspond. Alright, this wall corresponds to this wall down here. So you basically just continue the design upward like that, and use the same building process that you did before. So let me just go ahead and do one of these canals for you so you can see it. Break the 4 blocks in the center. I would obviously have to put a roof on it if I wanted mobs to spawn effectively. There we go. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take jungle vines. Alright. and you're going to put 4 of them, just like this. And then you need to create a tube going downward to prevent mobs from veering out of the path as they're falling. So you want to create a tube just like this going all the way down. Alright. You're going to need some signs here in just a minute to prevent the vines from growing. Alright. We're getting close to finished here, guys. Like I said, this is a very easy design to build, so it won't take you very long at all. I would say you can do it within maybe even just a couple of hours of starting a new world if you really wanted to, and you really set your mind to it. There we go. Now we just need some signs. You put 1 sign under each of your vines, just like this. And you can see we already have some mobs spawning in here. I'm just capping that because this section will actually let light in here and will reduce some of our spawns. So I'm going to leave that section unfinished for now. There we go. Alright, finish capping this up. And now, as you can see, our creeper just fell, and it only took 1 hit to kill him. So you would go around, light up all your stuff. You could put in your amenities such as, let's see, you would need some chests for extra building blocks. Let me grab a diamond sword here. Get rid of all the excess mobs. There we go. Alright, so now you can see we have a ton of mobs coming down into our system. Zombies are a 2-hit kill, just because they have more health than other mobs for some reason. Spiders sometimes will cling to the edges of your trap and they won't actually take the hit properly. Sometimes they land down here with full health, but creepers and skeletons are going to be a 1-hit kill. Zombies will be a 2. Though if they have armor, sometimes they will be able to take more hits, and armor is a fairly common thing now, so you can expect that to happen quite a bit. And now I'll go ahead and show you an easy way to farm records, just for some kicks. Let's get some creepers and skeletons in here. I'll go to game mode 0. Alright, now if I go over here between my skeletons and creepers, or just like this, I should be able to get my skeleton to fire. And when he does, he'll give us some records. Oh, one more thing I forgot. / game mode 1. Alright. This step is important for the spiders. What are you going to do? Just place slabs all the way around your design like this. And this is also the reason I put the torch on the inside, because when you have the slabs like this, none of this torchlight can actually get into your mob tube. So that's why those are necessary. See if I can get some records going. Okay. The skeletons aren't shooting for some reason. Oh, there we go. There we go, there are probably some records in there now. You can see I just got a cat record, and you would continue that same process to get more records. But let's go ahead and kill all of our mobs here, and just see what kind of levels we get. We started at level 19. Alright, and as you can see, in just that short amount of time, with only 1 layer in our spawn box, we got a ton of mobs in there, and our levels are shooting up quickly. There we go. From just that small amount of mobs, we went from 19 to 25. And as you can see, there are a lot more in there now. Hope you guys found this tutorial useful. You can let me know what you think of it in the comments, or if you can improve my design, please let me know. See you guys later. DiehlGames signing out.